Hello students, today we will study the chapter Constitution. What is Constitution? Constitution, it is regarded as a supreme law that act as a framework within which the government and the people act and interact. It is crucial for any country as it serves various purposes which help in the smooth functioning of a country. It put forward particular ideals on which whose basis as a citizen we get to know that in which type of country we wish to live in. In a country you may across different communities of people with certain beliefs living together, but they may have different opinions. If that country has a constitution, it then provides a set of rules and principles. Why is there need for a constitution? First, it serves as a set of rules and principles. It serves as set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon on the basis of which they want the country to be governed. Defines country's political system. In a democracy, leaders exercise their power, responsibility on the behalf of the people that defines country's political system. Prevents domination. It prevents domination by the majority over a minority. Right to equality. It guarantees right to equality to all the citizens that no citizen, no person can be discriminated on the basis of religion, caste, color, gender, etc. Framing of the Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India was framed by a Constituent Assembly set up under the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. The Assembly consisted of 389 members. The drafting committee was formed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The Constituent Assembly had representatives from all the sections of the society. After a long debate and discussion of over 2 years, 11 months, and 17 days, the new constitution was passed on 26 November 1942. It came into effect on 26 January 1950. We celebrate this day as a Republic Day. Next, challenges before the Constituent Assembly. India, being a diverse country, faced various difficulties while drawing up its constitution. The problems were first was the during the making of the constitution, people of India were emerging from the status of subjects to that citizens. The partition of the country happened on the basis of religious differences. It proved to be a very difficult experience for the people of both the countries, India and Pakistan, which also led to the killings of at least near about 10 lakh people. British left it to princely states to ascertain whether they wanted to join India or Pakistan or remain independent. The merger looked like a difficult and uncertain task. These problems created anxiety for the makers of the constitution regarding the present and the future of the country. Therefore, during drafting of the constitution, the future of the country looked insecure. Next is preamble. What is preamble? It is an introduction to a document that describes the document's purpose. It tells about the goals, objective, and ideals of the constitution. In simple language, we can say the preamble is the introduction to the constitution. The Constitution of India wanted India to be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic state. So first is sovereign. Sovereign means India is neither a dependence nor a dominion of any other nation, but an independent state. There is no authority above it. Next is socialist. It aims at elimination of inequality in income, status, and standards of life. Next is secular. Secular means all religions in our country have same status. No religion is given special preference. Democratic. The constitution has established a form of government that gets its authority from the will of the people. That means the supreme power lies with the people. People can change their government through elections. The last is republic. Republic means in republican form of government, the head of the state is elected and not a hereditary monarch. Key features. First is federalism. Federalism, it refers to the existence of more than one level of government in the country. These are at the state and at the central level. Citizens are governed by laws and policies made by each of these levels of the government. Parliamentary form of government. The Constitution of India guarantees universal adult franchise for all citizens. This means every citizen of the country, irrespective of his or her social background, have a direct control in electing their representatives. Separation of power. There are three organs of the state: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature means refers to our elected representative, those who make laws. Executive, smaller group of people who are responsible for implementing laws and running the government. Judiciary refers to the system of courts in the country who settles disputes and makes sure that laws are obeyed. Each organ acts as a check on the other organs of the state. This ensures the balance of power between all the three. Secularism. Secularism, a secular state is one in which state doesn't officially promote any single religion as a state religion. It treats all religions equally. Next is fundamental rights. Right to equality. So first of all, what is the meaning of fundamental rights? It protects citizens against the absolute exercise of power by the state. There are seven fundamental rights. Right to equality. Right to equality, all the people are equal before law. No citizen can be discriminated against on the basis of religion, caste, gender, educational status. Equality of opportunity in matters of employment, abolition of untouchability, abolition of titles. Right against exploitation. It prohibits all forms of forced labor, child labor, and human trafficking. Right to freedom, freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly, of association, right to practice any profession, right to move freely and reside in any part of the country, right to freedom of religion. Every person has the right to follow, preach any religion of his or her own choice. Cultural and educational rights. All minorities' religions can set up their own educational institutions of their own choice. Right to constitutional remedies. This allows the citizens to move to the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights have been violated by the state. The last is right to education. This allows the children between the age of 6 to 14 years to have free and compulsory education in India. This act was forced on 1st April 2000. Directive Principles of State Policy. These are the guidelines given to the central and state government of India to be kept in mind while framing laws and policies. Important principles like providing adequate means to livelihood, equal pay for men and women, free and compulsory education, and so on. Experiments in other democracies. Nepal has traveled from monarchy to democracy in recent years. Nepal was a monarchy in the previous constitution of Nepal adopted in 1990. The final authority was with the king. People of Nepal fought to establish democracy, and in 2006 they were finally able to put an end to monarchy. The people had to frame a new constitution to establish Nepal as a democracy. So they discarded the previous constitution because it reflected the king's ideals and did not reflect the ideals of the people. The present constitution of Nepal reflects the ideals of the Nepalese people. Next is South Africa, also transformed from undemocratic to democratic country. After years of struggle against apartheid, South Africa gained independence from white domination in 1994.